Alright, what's going on, PSBL fan lovers? We are here for PSBL Season 3 Playoffs Round 2, and we have the Rocky Mountain Lincoln Rocks taking on the Uprising Flygons. And very uncharacteristically, the Flygons was the one team that fell. It seems like every PSBL, the favorite to win the championship never wins the championship. Season 1, I believe that Ninetales or Polly, I forgot which one it was favored to win, and I think he lost round 2, round 3 maybe, I don't remember. Then the very next year, we have the Sundance Kids, undefeated throughout the season, lose in the finals, and now the 12-1 team, the Uprising Flygons, lost in his first game of the season, the playoff season, excuse me. And boy, oh boy, it's definitely not Nikoro's fault. By far not. He even told me he lost his Pelipper switch-in too early, and that actually was kind of a big deal. Thinking about it, Napoleon did die very, very early game because of Doug Trio. We'll get into that in a second. But anyway, losing a counter to Pelipper doesn't sound that big of a deal. But then you look at the team that Nikora brought. Celestials does not want to come in on a couple Hydro Pumps. In case he brings Ice Beam, Zygarde doesn't want to come in on that. Electivire doesn't want to take a couple Hydro Pumps. Definitely Regirock does not want to take any Water type move, and Mismagius is frail as shit. So yeah, losing a counter for Pelipper, that is a big deal, especially with a Swampert on the team. But anyway, we'll get right into this. Turn 2 is when Empoleon did die to... reversal? Was it reversal? Yeah, it was a reversal. Turn 2, super early, and it wasn't... There goes Pelipper counter right there. But then turn 5, Electivire did make it even again, 5-5 with Earthquake on Duck Trio. That did allow Pelipper to just come in Hydro Pump twice on the Electivire, not in a row. It was a couple turns after. Electivire did switch in on a Hydro Pump on turn 12, but that did allow Scarf to Mismag to come in, go for a Thunderbolt and take out the Mismagius, take out the Pelipper, excuse me. But that did allow turn 14 for Swampert to come in and go for a Waterfall on the already weakened Celesteela. That did allow turn 17 for Scizor to get a Swords Dance and Superpower on the Regirock, taking it out. But that did mean that the Zygarde was then able to come in turn 18 and go for 1,000 arrows. Clefable was invited in then, and Nikora did really bring a very good job bringing Z Iron Tail. But there was the Berry. I know, was it? Yeah, the Berry. Weakening the Corkscrew Crash, I think it is. I don't remember. But obviously wasn't going to do that much. And Clefable was finally able to whittle down a Zygarde with Shadow Ball. Mismagius was then able to come in, go for Shadow Ball, was able to kill Clefable at turn 23, but that did mean that Swampert was able to come in, live the Shadow Ball, and go for a Waterfall at turn 24 and win it for the Lycan Rocks. Well, I have no idea who they're going to be facing next week. It's either going to be the Beedrills or the Heracross, both of which I think he lost to. I'm not entirely sure. But Swampert is putting in work in the playoffs, getting 3 kills so far in the 2 games that he was brought. But anyway, congratulations to Royal Lycan Rocks. Glad that you were here, Flygons, and we'll move on. Alright, sorry about that. I just thought that why the hell not. So, I already did this one, but apparently I lost the video, so I'm doing it again. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. That's why I already know that Reggie Steelers is Mandy's next opponent. Because I saw into the future. No, not really. So, seeing that I already did this before, I really want to just get this over with, really. Start talking about going on to the next battle, but first let's finish this one. Turn 4, Mesprit was able to take out Galvantula with knockoff. Nothing happened until turn 14, where I really liked the Gliscor's play here. Tapu Fini was shown to be Acid Armor, I want to say, with Calm Mind, Moonblast, and I think Surf. So a very, very stally set. And Tapu Fini came in. Gliscor was saying, "Nuh-uh, I don't want anything of that." So he immediately threw in to, well, this is Tapu Fini's second time out, so he already knew this set. And so then he threw on Kyurem because it has Fusion Bolt. But instead of setting up, Mandy did go for Moonblast, weakening Kyurem very much. Was able to get the one Fusion Bolt off, not able to kill, but Fini was able to kill Kyurem with Moonblast. Skip ahead 4 turns, Tapu Fini was able to die to Mesprit's Zen Headbutt, but then did allow Alakazam to come out, go for a Psyshock on Mesprit on turn 19. Then nothing happened until turn 31, where Como was able to take out Type Null with Close Combat. Sorry, that was my laundry. Starmie was able to take out Meloetta with a Dazzling Gleam at turn 32. Alakazam took out Rotom with a Shadow Ball. I forgot the W when I wrote this. On turn 33, Starmie was unable to take out Como with Dazzling Gleam, turn 37. Alakazam destroyed Starmie with Shadow Ball at turn 38. And finally, at turn 40, Gallade died to Iron Barb from Ferrothorn. And there you have it. Mandy is now going to the conference finals against the Registeelers, while the Gliscors will have to wait until Season 4 playoffs to try to go anywhere in life. So, yep, there it is on the next battle. Alright, so now we are here for round 2, take 3, and we have the Charlotte Beedrills taking on the Holland Heracross. And boy, oh boy, was this kind of stally at the beginning. Nothing happened, killing-wise, until turn 23. And that just goes to show how much of a stall captain the Charlotte Beedrills really are. I don't know why I said stall captain out of anything else I could have chosen, but he's one of the best at stalling his opponent out. But Cody did well in going around that. It was a very close battle up until, I do want to say, turn 30, which I will go there. After turn 30, it all went one-sided. As a matter of fact, after turn 30, there's only 8 turns left, so yeah, congratulations to Cody. He's moving on to face against the Lycanrocs in the semifinals. Very exciting. Conference championships. Who's going to come out with the Moon Conference? We'll go over that next week. Actually, I'll talk about that later. But for right now, let's just go over the battle. As I said, there was just a bunch of back and forth. Bombi wanted to put up webs. Armaldo said no. I wanted to go up for Rabbit Spin. But then Gourgeist came out. Gourgeist was a very, very toxic set. Toxic, there was Foul Play, there was Leech Seed, there was, gosh, what was the last one? Foul Play, Toxic. Did he have Pain Split? Leech Seed? Toxic, Foul Play, Leech Seed. I want to say Pain Split. I don't remember. But anyway, it had potential to just stall out the entire Heracross team if he played it correctly and Cody just played it the wrong way. But anyway, Cody did a very good thing. He brought 2 Stealth Rockers in Armaldo and Garchomp. As you can see, there are 2 things weak to rocks on the Beedrill side. Both of them have potential to sweep. Blissey, and then the only resistance to rocks is Zygarde, which Zygarde is frail enough. You put any damage to it, it could die to a tackle. So Cody put up rocks knowing this, and forced Beedrills to go for Defog, getting rid of the webs from earlier. Was not able to get them up again. All of this in 23 turns. It was back and forth, really. Finally, Garchomp was able to take out Blissey with Crunch. Blissey was the first to go, which in my opinion was very shocking to see. But anyway, That's when the killing really started to happen, as Ribombi was able to take out Armaldo with Bug Buzz. Then the very next turn, this was, I think, the read of the game. Metric was in against Ribombi, and Ribombi switched out into Zygarde, and Hidden Power Ice came out and killed the Zygarde. Turn 27, and that did allow Mew to come in. Now this is where the tide of the battle just completely went to Cody's side. Yeah, sure, he was already up 5 mons to 4, but this is what really made the game his. So Mew came in, went up for a Rock Polish. I think he went up for first, as the Manectric went for Volt Switch out into Garchomp. Garchomp then went for Crunch on Mew's Sword Stance. So not only Mew faster, but now it is 10 times 2. Goes for a Zen Headbutt on turn 30, misses, unfortunately misses, and that did allow Garchomp to kill with a Crunch. Now, Cody and I were doing the calcs after his battle. It was a roll in Beedrill's favor to live. No, to kill. But however, the Manaphy would have 100% lived, and as long as he didn't get a flinch, Manaphy would have been able to kill the Mew at where it was. So yeah, with Mew dying there, would have 100% put this game in a completely different game than what it was. But it didn't really necessarily give Beedrills the win there either, if he was able to do that. But anyway, with that, it basically just gave Cody like the 2-mon advantage, 5 on 3. Yeah, so then Gourgeist was able to come out. Garchomp went for a Sword Dance, and then a Crunch was not able to kill the Gourgeist. Gourgeist was able to kill Jump at 32 with Foul Play. That did allow Manectric to come in. With Weavile, Gourgeist, and Ribombi all there, all weak to fire. Goes for Flamethrower, was able to take out Gourgeist at turn 33. Turn 35, Sylveon took out Ribombi with Hyper Voice. Weavile then came out on turn 36 and killed Sylveon with a knockoff. And finally, turn 38, Weavile died to a Bug Buzz from Excelgor. And there you have it. The Allen Aircross move on to the Conference Championship. Very exciting to see, and we will talk about that later. Moving on to the final battle. Here we go. Alright, here we are for the final battle of the conference semifinals. Next up is the conference finals. Here we have the Pittsburgh Reggie-Steelers taking on the Twente Tentacles, and the Cinderella story of the Tentacles is over. Byron destroyed that. It almost brought it back, almost, but not quite. Definitely Tornadus was a huge threat, as you can see. Mamoswine, it looks like it didn't do that much, but it actually did a ton. And I will show you guys why in a second. Very good matchup. Very hard hitting, very quick. 21 turns, excuse me. But let's get right into it. As I said, Mamo was just a huge threat. They started off Mamo and Quagsire, and you'd think that Quagsire would have a advantage on that. No, it does not. Actually, wait. I know. Oh, right there. Okay. As I was saying, I was gonna say I don't see Quagsire dying here. Where is that? Crap. But I found it. But anyway. Freeze Dry Mamoswine was able to take a lot of damage to Quagsire. Then he switched into Raichu. It took an Icicle Crash. Did not want that, so he switched into Druddigon. Did not take multiple Ice Shards. As a matter of fact, turn 5, Mamoswine was able to take out Druddigon with Ice Shard, but that left Quagsire at a very low health. Raichu at a very, very low health. So yeah. Nothing happened until turn 11 when Slowbro was in against Quagsire. I thought the Tentacles was doing a very good job with switching and everything. It was Slowbro versus Landorus. The Slowbro switched in as Rocks came up. Then went for a Rock Slide, was able to flinch it. No, excuse me. Rocks went up as Slowbro went for a Signal Beam. Very good job on Twenta's part. I really enjoyed that. Rocks came down, flinched Slowbro, which another hack. Sorry, Byron. And then switched out into Quagsire on a Scald, giving him more health in the process. So very good turn, 3 turns right there by Tentacles. However, he did not see this coming. Slowbro had Grass Knot on turn 11, took out the Quagsire. Now, Celebi was a huge threat against the Steelers. It was Calm Mind, Nightmare, Never-Ending Nightmare, which was able to kill Delmise in turn 13, but that did allow Celebi, excuse me, was it really turn 14? It must have been, because Celebi was able to take out Mamoswine with Psychic, turn 14, but they did allow Tornadus to come in and go for Supersonic Sky Strike on anything, and it will kill. It turned out to be the Landorus, which did take him out turn 15. Raichu then came in thinking that it was going to live a superpower. It did not. Turn 16, Tornadus killed with superpower. Excuse me. Turn 18, where we have it, we have Weezing finishing off Celebi with Flamethrower. And then finally, whittled down Beedrill where it died to burn damage from a Will-O-Wisp earlier. And there you have it. The Steelers moved on to face against the Goodras. A very good matchup indeed. And we will see what that looks like in a second. Thank you for watching. Alright, here we are, guys. Wrapping up the conference semifinals with this little, I don't know what to call it, snippet, I don't know, where we're going to have the Goodras taking on the Steelers and the Lycanrocs taking on the Heracross. Here's a little bit of a sneak peek? No, not really a sneak peek. An introduction to each team, I guess, to see what I like, what I don't like on each team. Let's go to the Steelers versus the Goodras first, as I guess, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why Tornadus was all the way over there. That was very weird. Okay. Anyway, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Gainesville Goodras, and let's go oversee. Where's the Goodras? There they are. Where Byron has lost the last time they met 2-0. So maybe this is going to be a little bit different this time. Both teams are #1 in their respective conferences, so there's not really divisions, excuse me, not conferences. Not really too surprising that they are here. Actually, these are the only 2 division leaders remaining. The other 2 division leaders lost actually this week. That's funny. Excuse me, anyway. Tornadus is just a huge threat. It got 19 kills, including playoffs. So, yeah, it's doing amazing work. Mamoswine is just a huge offensive threat, as you just saw a little bit ago against the Tentacles. There's our Aura, which is super fast. Oh my gosh, I used it in a mock against Twenta, and it was faster than I think a Scarf something. No, that's not right. But it's so fast, and it could, used correctly, could really hurt the team, any team used. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to use it super well this season, but definitely still here, so that's good. I would say Mandy would have to double down on hazards, because he doesn't really have too many ways of getting rid of hazards. He has Delmise, Tornadus, and I think Altaria gets Defog, but don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, still waiting for that Typhlosion to show up. Byron, what the hell, dude? But he's used this very well. Slowbro getting 9 kills, there's Miltank getting 5, Weezing doubled his kills last game, Altaria has good setup, Mon, a very scary team to deal with, so Mandy definitely has to look out for this. Where is the Gainesville Goodras? There she is. Here's Mandy's team. #1 in the Sun Conference. Very well diverse, very scary team, including Mega Alakazam. Let's go down to the stats real quick. We have Crocodile leading the team with 16 kills. Not as much as Tornadoes, but it's still nothing to laugh at. But anyway, Top Ravinia is just great with this team. So now Crocodile cannot get burned. A lot of things cannot get burned, which actually really hurts your team. So definitely will help. Meloetta, 9 and 9. It is just so bulky. Especially with the assault special, which she loves to bring, which it works every time, so why not bring it every time? As I said, Mandy could definitely use webs in this game. Not sure she's going to bring it, but I think that it would definitely help her. I would bring webs. But also, she does need to watch out for burn, as I already said, as we do have Coma, we do have Crobat, which could be either or, but I usually like it as physical. There's Crocodile, which if it gets burned, it sucks if it gets burned. But this is going to be a very good matchup. I like both of these two battlers. They do a very good job, especially Byron. I really enjoy watching him battle. Just very unlucky with hacks. I don't know what I was doing there, but anyway, yeah, looking forward to it. Alright, so let's go to the Holland Heracross versus the Rocky Mountain Lichen Rocks. Very solid team for on Heracross's part. Very diverse. The three things only has like one kill or less, and that's those three. Everything else has like a good 4 or up, which is very diverse. 4 mons, excuse me, have 10 and up. And all of it is his, too. Like, he gave Sylveon 12, Manectric 10, Excalibur 10, Manaphy 16. He's using his team very, very well. Good, solid, not really rain team, but he can set up the rain and it will work for his team so nicely. But anyway, he's used Manectric so well with that Intimidate. He's used Manaphy basically perfectly. Manaphy has 6 death, but he's used that so well, so much of a threat. He just got Garchomp on his team, which has been even more of a threat than Salamence. The only thing wrong with it is that his only hazard removal is Armaldo, so that's going to be a huge threat to work around. Again, just like Mandy against Byron, I would use hazards against Cody. But anyway, Rocky Mountain Lichen Rocks. I don't know why I said that like twice. Can Rocky finally win his first championship? He does have to face Cody, which I forgot to mention was during the time where the Lichen Rocks gave his team away to that Tally Boy, and he lost. I think. Where are the Heracross? Oh, forfeit. He didn't even play. But they did do a mock battle afterwards, and Rocky got destroyed. But anyway, very solid team. The stats don't really do it justice. As you can see, there's nothing over a 7, which looks kind of bad, but it really isn't too horrible. Anyway, Clefable is just very defensive. He loves defensive Clefable. He loves defensive Arcanine. Scizor in the rain is going to be so much better. You just got Swampert and Pelipper. Swampert is yet to die in playoffs, I think it is. No, I think Swampert has died in playoffs. But it is basically, as Mike said it, he is undefeated in playoffs. But he also has to watch out for Manaphy, which could definitely use the rain as well. So the rain this week could very well be a double-edged sword for the Lichen Rocks. It is going to be very interesting to see. Doesn't really have too much for Manaphy. Basically, is Zebstrika and Serena, which Serena definitely does not want to take a couple Ice Beams, and Zebstrika does not want to take a couple Scalds, especially not in the rain. So it's going to be a very interesting battle to see, especially with the rain helping both sides. To finish up this week, I do want to go over the Mons of the week, where we have, I want to say 2 honorable mentions. I did not want to change the doc, so we did have Tornadoes and Weezing, both 2-0 as well. There's really no reason why they're not up here. I just didn't want to change it. These guys were already up here before. Where we have Mega Manetric and Mega Swampert both killing 2, and Mega Alakazam getting 3 kills this week. Top 3 are just Megas. So there you have it. Good luck to the 4 people in the conference finals. Yeah, good luck to everyone. Thank you for watching.